everybody. We're working on example 1 from 7.2. We're finding cube roots of numbers. On the previous page, it describes what a cube root is. A cube root of a number is a number that, when multiplied by itself and then multiplied by itself again, equals the given number. A perfect cube is a number that can be written as the cube of an integer. So, perfect cubes examples I have over here are 1, 8, 27, 64, 125, 216. So 1 can be written as 1 to the third power. This one can be. And then this can be written as 2 to the third power. So that's what part of the definition. It says that they can be written as the cube of an integer. So a 2 to the third power is a cube of an integer, and then 3 to the third power, cube of an integer, 4 to the third power. So they apply directly to the definition. So over here, we need to find the cube root of 8. That's what this symbol means. It means the cube root. You have to have this 3 out here. It's called the index. The index is tells you which root you're taking. For the square roots, like if you're taking a square root of, I actually will not do 8, of 9, it's not written out front, but it's a 2. It's inferred that it's 2. So when we're finding cube roots, the number out front is a 3. That means we need to find what number times itself 3 times gives us 8. Let's look at our list of perfect cubes over here. We have 2 times 2 times 2 gives us 8. So that means 2 to the third power. Since 2 to the third power equals 8, we know that the cube root of 8 is the same as the cube root of 2 to the third power. And the cube root is the inverse of the third of cubing, so that means the answer is 2. So you can go directly to 2 from here if you know that the number times itself 3 times, 2 times 2 times 2 equals 8. You can go straight to that. This is the in-between stuff of the mathematical stuff. B, we have B to do now. B is, that's not a very good marker. B is the cube root of negative 27. The same applies for negative numbers. So let's look over here. What number can we multiply by itself 3 times to give us 27? We've got 3 times 3 times 3, but that's positive 27. What do we know about negative numbers? Well, when we multiply 2 negative numbers, that gives us a positive number, like positive 9. But if we multiply 3 negative numbers, that gives us a negative number again. So we could do negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. So that would just change over here. I'm not going to change it here, but so we know that negative 3 to the third power equals negative 27. So the cubed root of negative 27 is the same as saying we're taking the cube root of negative 3 to the third power. And then this third root, the cubed root and the cubing of the number, they undo each other. So we know the answer is negative 3. This equals negative 3. It's whatever number you can multiply by itself 3 times to give you the number under the root symbol. And then I'm going to erase this so I can do the third example. The third example is your guys' favorite. I know you love fractions. So let's do a fraction example. Just 1 second. Let me erase this. Find each cube root. Sorry, I erased the 2 up there. Oh, here, let's fix it. Ooh. 7.2. Example 1. And then part C. Part C, we are doing the cubed root of 1/64. This is very similar to what we did with the square roots. We treat the top and the bottom as if we're taking the cube root or the square root. Here we're doing cubed root though, so the example we did was with the square roots. The cubed root of 1. So we need to figure out what times itself 3 times gives us 1 on top. I think that'd be 1. That's the most logical answer there. And then on the bottom, what number times itself 3 times gives us 64, and it looks like it's 4. So that to the third power, we know that this to the third power equals 1/64th. So we can say that this equals 1/64th. And so from knowing that, we know that the cube root of 1/64th is the same as the cubed root of 1/4 to the third power. And then this cube and the cube root undo each other. It's like when you have plus 1 minus 1, they undo each other. This cube root undoes the cubing, and that means our answer is 1/4. So the cubed root of 1/64th is 1/4. Alright, if you feel comfortable with this stuff, move on to the on your owns. Otherwise, I'd try watching the video again. Maybe look at the examples in the book along with it.